everybody, and welcome back to Rugby Wrap-Up and this week's The Zack Attack, where Zach Lanning takes one play from one match and breaks it down. Zach Lanning, welcome back. You're back from Maine, and you're in one piece.
Yeah, survived, Matt. Got some nice, refreshing outdoors time. I'm rejuvenated. I'm ready to go. I'm coming back at a wonderful time. Some great rugby this weekend as well, so I'm excited to dive right back into it.
All right, and dive back into it we will. Why don't you get us started?
This week, I'm looking at a play from the San Diego Legion versus Austin Gilgronis at Torero Stadium, San Diego's first real home game at Torero Stadium this season, really late in the game, but a beautiful day for rugby, a beautiful place to play, and a must-win game for the Gilgronis if they want to stay in contention in the West. They're trailing Utah and the LA Giltinis, but they still have a shot here as we close out the season. The score is still close at this point in the match. It's 19-14 in favor of Austin, who've climbed out of a first half hole that they were put in mainly by Bjorn Basson on the Legion side, scored two beautiful tries. In the 60th minute, San Diego has the ball in their own half and are trying to find a way through Austin's stingy defense. With nothing promising materializing, Legion scrum half Nate Augsburger subbed in here during the second half of this game after missing most of the season due to injury, Matt. He decides he's going to clear the ball out of their half with a box kick. Now, the box kick is done right off the back of the ruck, and so there's always the danger that it's going to be blocked by a defender who gets off the line quickly. In order to avoid that, you can see here Augsburger calls for one of his teammates to join the ruck at the back and extend his leg out. This move extends the ruck backwards and gives Augsburger just a few more seconds to get the kick off by making the defenders travel even just a few more meters to block it. It doesn't matter here, though, as Augsburger's opposite number, Ruben de Haas, times his run perfectly and uses his long arms to block the kick backwards.
And Zach, one might say that de Haas is Augsburger's nemesis.
Friendly rivalry, Matt, I'm sure.
Okay. If you want to paint it that way, go right ahead. Continue.
Augsburger almost recovers, but de Haas chases him down, and in the tackle, the ball spills out. Austin's Kyle Breitenbach picks it up, and the Gilgronis begin their counterattack. De Haas finds Breitenbach's second row partner, Dotson, who makes another few meters. And now, a recent addition to the Gilgroni squad, Lachlan Lockie McCaffrey, notices that the Legion defense is still scrambling to find its shape. He gives a little ball fake here to de Haas on the weak side, but then takes off up the strong side of the pitch. De Haas realizes what he's doing and takes off after him, putting himself in perfect position to receive the offload. Fellow USA Eagle Ryan Mattias makes one last attempt at stopping de Haas, just getting enough of his leg to put him on the turf. But in rugby, you're allowed to make one move after you've gone to ground if you're not held by the tackler, and de Haas takes full advantage of that rule and twists his body for one last lunge into the try zone.
Yeah, he kind of did like a hook slide into second base, a pop slide of sorts.
It was a bit of an awkward move, but it was effective here, and it put the Gilgronis ahead, and they would not again trail in this game. Matt, San Diego wouldn't score at all, and Austin would go on to win 33-14 and cement themselves, keep themselves right on the heels of the Utah Warriors for that second spot in the West.
What else you got?
Just again, a convincing win for the Gilgronis here. Lachlan Lockie McCaffrey, who I mentioned earlier, huge addition for the Gilgronis. Came late in the season due to visa issues earlier on, but and played his first match last week against Seattle, where he didn't really light up the stat sheet. But the coaches said after that match that his presence and his impact is really felt. Where in the areas that don't pop up on the stat sheet, specifically like the practice field, or some of the dirtier work out in the field. This week, he's getting his legs under him. We put it all together. He had a try of his own in this match, and has really taken the Gilgronis into another gear, which is scary if I'm the Utah Warriors. The Gilgronis already a strong side, but with that addition of Lockie and his, the knowledge and skill he brings to the game, if they do, make a run here at the end of the season, I think he's going to be a key part of that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch the last few games of this season, certainly. Final thoughts, Zach?
Just, Matt, before we go Eagles. I can't wait to watch that match this weekend against England. It's going to be a great match to watch some international rugby, watch the Eagles get out there and play for the first time in a while.
I'm with you, but they just announced all the injured players that are not making the trip. It's a list of stars, unfortunately, for Team USA, but it's an opportunity for other guys to shine. And I just got back from the LA Sevens, or the Quest for Gold Sevens, this year, the post-COVID rendition of the event, and it was great to rub elbows with all those Sevens players, male and female, that were representing their respective countries on their way to Tokyo later in the summer. So we've got a big summer of rugby ahead of us with the national teams, and I'm looking forward to it. Plus, we got these playoff races, or pennant races, if you want to use a baseball phrase, for the West Conference and the East Conference in Major League Rugby, Zach. It's going to be crazy.
Great time to be a rugby fan in the U.S., Matt. It's really wonderful.
Goddamn American rugby. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
And on that note, we are out of time with the Zack Attack, the big play breakdown with Zach Lanning, the Holy Cross legend, not named Kevin Swords. Thank you, Zach. And I'm Matt McCarthy on behalf of him. But ladies and gentlemen, before we let you go, we want to thank you and tell you, please tune into our other segments, including our Major League Rugby show, Martial Law, the Rugby Odds, and please sign up for our Rugby Wrap-Up Red Cross Blood Donor Team.